She has nail polish all over her, really. She's got it on her earlobes. She's got it on her lips. Look at her eyelids too. Somebody had put stuff on her eyelids and tried to take it off. I'm enjoying the process of the hand sewing. Can acetone wreck the glass eyes, you guys? Oh my gosh. Hope it didn't just ruin her eyes. That's nice and subtle. Much better. Hello, my cherished doll friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you're here today. I have a fun video for you. It's a Valentine's Day collab with Tammy Powley from Peacecraft Dolls, TerryJeanette from Be Creative with TerryJeanette, and Karen from Starch and Stitches, and myself from Cherished Doll Friends. So we're doing an 18-inch doll collab, and it's meant to be creative, but whatever we want to do. So there's no real rules. Whatever we feel like doing with our dolls, basically. Usually I'm the one who's the least creative because I don't really sew, but today I challenged myself. So I've decided to make my doll a dress. So it's my first sewing project for an American Girl doll dress. And I'm also giving this doll a makeover and possibly even, we could say, a customization. We'll see how far I go. I have a few ideas and I need to do a bit of practicing, and we'll see how far I get. So I have a challenge ahead of me, and I wanted to take you along with me on some of it, on some of my struggles and some of my challenges. And hopefully in the end, she's all going to turn out good. At this point in time, we're not really sure. So stay with me. We will see how things go, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you. Stay tuned. So I have this little doll here. I picked her up from Value Village, and this is how much I paid, $9.99. But she's the one with the Marie Grace face mold and pink and purple hair. She's got purple bangs and really long purple and half pink hair. This girl is in rough shape, but I'll just show you up close. We're gonna try and fix her up. I'm doing a Valentine's Day collab on the 14th, so happy Valentine's Day. So as you can see, this little girl has a little heart that some little girl has drawn on there, which I think is very cute. And for that reason, and because I'm using her for my Valentine's Day collab and her hair is pink, I've decided to name her Valentina. So that's going to be her name, but she needs to live up to her name. Right now, she has nail polish all over her, really. She's got it on her earlobes. She's got it on her lips. Look at her eyelids too. Somebody had put stuff on her eyelids and tried to take it off. And it's unfortunate because it's a really bright color and it's everywhere. It doesn't look that bad on the nails unless you look up close and you can see what a bad manicure it is. But so this is what I've done so far. I tried to get it off of the toes by using non-acetone nail polish remover, and so that's as good as I could get it. Basically, it's really stained the vinyl. I bought some 100% acetone nail polish remover, and I'm gonna try that gently. That is my first step with her. I have a lot to do. I was planning on making a dress for her as well. I was gonna hand sew a dress. I have some fabric here that I thought was really cute. It's just got little badgers on with little flowers. It's just a little fat quarter, and it's the only fabric I have on hand. So I thought that I might trace this dress here that she's wearing and make a pattern out of it. I think this is some kind of a homemade dress. I don't really know what's going on here, but the shape of it itself, though, I think is a nice shape and size for her. And so I think I'm gonna try and recreate that, but I might not have time for this collab video. We will see how far I get. I wanna at least get her cleaned up and try and get some of this nail polish off and get her looking beautiful again because she's got so much potential. So let's try this acetone and see how we go. So, oh, look at that. They've even written their little child name on the bottom. I don't know what that says. Zelia or Kelia. I'm gonna have to try and get that off too. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh, Zelia, it's on both feet. Nice. Double trouble, girly. Valentina, you're gonna make me work. Okay, well, let's hope for the best and see if I can get this off. That is not coming off at all. It's completely like stained into the vinyl. Man, that's really unfortunate because I don't know what I'm going to do about her lips. I'm going to have to be really careful on the lips so that I don't get it stained around the outside. I think though, while I'm here, I'm just going to do the other foot to get them at least to the same stage. So that's the toes now. They both look like that. Okay, so I think I'm gonna leave the fingers for now because now that I see how it's gonna go, I think she's gonna be better off with painted fingernails, to be honest. I'm more worried about her eyelids and her lips. I'm guessing it's gonna take off all of the paint, possibly even her teeth. I'm really nervous about that. Maybe I'll just start with the bottom lip and see how we go. I don't know if you can see that. It's definitely taking off her original lip color, but that's okay. I want to learn how to customize, so I do want to have a clean slate. Okay, that's coming off pretty good. It's not bad. It actually, oh my gosh, I'm really happy. Let's try the top one now. I'm less hopeful on this because it went over the lip line a little bit where the child painted it. So we might have to repaint her with pouty lips. Oh, it's definitely looking better. There's hope. I mean, it does have a peachy undertone, but that's okay because that's a good base. I think that's going to be a good base. I didn't even wipe off her teeth. That's a good thing. Show you up close. See, so it's not bad. There's a little pink right here. I'm going to hold this eyelid down. She's already missing some of her eyelid color, but I mostly just want to get the orange off. I don't want to wipe everything. Okay, that's already looking much better. Oh, I hope that doesn't do anything to the eyes. Let's get some water. Can acetone wreck the glass eyes, you guys? Oh my gosh. Hope it didn't just ruin her eyes. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. Oh, that's too bad. She's gonna have one foggy eye now. So this is what happens when you just do stuff without knowing what you're doing. That's why this is a good practice doll for me, because I've never customized a doll before or cleaned one up that was quite this bad. I've never changed a doll's eyes, and I didn't really have any intentions of ever doing so, but we'll see, we might have to. I am happy with the lips though. That's a nice starting point. And the teeth are intact, so that's good. Awesome. Okay, we're happy with that. Just not happy with her eye. You won't be able to see it unless I do this. It might not be bad. I think it's a little bit cloudy though. Something happened. That might have happened before I got her though. I'm not sure if I did that. Oh, I think she'll be okay. She's definitely a project doll. Okay, why don't we try the earrings? It's coming off, but it has left a stain on the vinyl, but the hair will cover most of that anyways. Let's get the other one off. All right, so I've got my magic eraser. It's just after work for me. I just finished my dinner, and usually I film my videos on my days off. But I just, you know how you just get in a mood, and I was looking at this doll and thinking about what I would do with her, and I just got in the mood to start, to try and get this stuff off. So here we are. So thanks for joining me. I'm gonna redo her face paint, so I'm not too worried about rubbing things off except for the eyebrows. Not worried about the lips either. I think it's homemade. Oh, maybe not. Oh, wait a minute. It was on backwards. Oh, isn't that funny? So it goes that way. Oh, that's quite cute. But I still think I can use that as a pattern to make a dress. So let's take a look at her body while we're here. So someone's also cut the tag off. Boy, what didn't they do to this doll? And her limbs look pretty dirty, so let's get back in with the magic eraser and get her a bit more cleaned up. Now her limbs are pretty tight. They're, well, not pretty tight, but they're fine. Like I wouldn't say, especially the arms. I think they're good enough. I don't need to restring her or anything. I might clean her body though at some point. Probably not in this video, but I have another doll that I have to do that as well too. And so I might do them together. I'll take them apart, take all the stuffing out, sanitize the stuffing, wash the body, because the body does look a little dirty actually. But I think for now, I just want to get her limbs and her hair and her face looking good. And then I will decide how far I want to go with the sanitizing. Okay, so we're going to try and get this stuff off her feet. See how good her limbs are? She can put her legs up like that. Let's see. That's not even coming off. That's like marker. Wow, that is unfortunate. Well, I guess that means that this doll is always going to have the name of her former owner. That's okay. Not the end of the world. All right, so that is step one, getting the nail polish off as best I could. We'll see about maybe these nails later, but because it didn't come off very well on the toes, I don't have much hope for the hands. So I don't know. I might just leave that. So here we are. I'm on the couch in my living room, and I'm going to turn on some dull YouTube. And all I did was I wet her hair so that I can brush it, and then I'll wash it after, and I'll show you how it looks. I'm about more than halfway through brushing out Valentina's hair, and I've got this big scraggly mess to do yet, so I'm going to keep working, and Penny is over there on the chair just relaxing, and we're having a nice cozy night. So we have little Valentina here, and I brushed out her hair, and it is very pretty. We didn't get too much hair loss. Here's the brush. I did take out one bunch of this already, so 2 clumps of this out of all of this, I think is pretty good. It's kind of hard to see from this angle. Sorry, I'll get a better angle later, but she has a lot of hair. A lot of hair, and it's pink on one side and purple on the other, and she's got these little bangs that you can play around with. It looks like there's quite a bit you can do with her hair. I just think she's gonna be so pretty, so I'm quite happy with that. So that was just wetting the hair and brushing it out while I was watching YouTube videos. I do want to shampoo and condition her hair. I'll do that off camera because I have other videos that show that process. If you enjoy watching doll hair washing videos, you can look on my channel and find a few of those. And I'm gonna try and do some customizing on her, or at least get her back to looking, you know, pretty. Like give her a little bit of blush, try and give her a little bit more lip definition and lip color. Luckily her teeth still look good. I'm going to put a little bit of paint on her eyelids, and yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do any, you know, eyeliner or eyelashes or anything like that, because this is going to be my very first custom. I'm very new to this with the painting, so I'm probably going to give her more of a natural look, but you never know. We'll see. I'm going to experiment. So this is where we're at. Can have a closer look at her eyes. I think they're okay. See right there on the right eye, there's a little bit of, I think there's a tiny little scratch there, but it's not, yeah, a little bit in the pupil, but it's not as noticeable as I thought it would be. Like, I think it's gonna be okay. She's got a really pretty blue eyes. So look how long her hair is though. Like, it's really amazing. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about Valentina. Okay, I want to try and make this dress, and this is what we're working with. I found some tissue paper that came with my Wednesday American Girl limited edition doll. So I thought I don't need it anymore, so I thought it would be great for making a pattern. I need 3 pieces. I need a piece for this side here, a piece for this side here, and the middle piece. And so I thought I would trace those out on this tissue paper. This is the fabric I'm using, mainly because it's the only fabric I have on hand, and it's pretty cute. So we're gonna try that and make a little dress. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we're gonna just wing it here and see. Like I said, I'm a total beginner. And I need to leave a seam allowance as well. So how am I gonna do this? I think this was a mistake. I should have just, what other way could I do it? I know, I could just cut this apart, because am I really wanting to save this dress? Not really, I probably won't use this dress, so I could just get some scissors and cut these pieces. Let me try that. Okay, plan B. We're going to deconstruct this dress. I don't care about this dress. It's not super nice. We're just using it as a pattern. Whoops, there goes my pattern. Okay, well now we're talking. Now we have some shapes. Some actual shapes that I can trace out and make a pattern, because the way I was doing it was not good. Let's start over with a fresh piece of tissue and lay out our pieces here. I'm just eyeballing this because it's easier for me than doing all the fancy measuring. See, I was way off on this. I think the seam allowance I had was way too big. Okay, I think this is going to be better. I am very inexperienced at sewing, and in particular pattern making. So this is going to be a big experiment. And there's our first piece. Yay! Okay, I think we've got the overall shape. How does that look? Does that look okay? Does it look like a dress? All right, so I'm feeling good about that. I think this will give us a start. We'll be able to at least cut out our fabric in the proper shape it needs to be. Okay, there we have it. Do you think we can make a dress out of that? I hope I have enough fabric. This is a fat quarter, I think they call it. So I better open this up and see if I even have enough. It's amazing how much fabric you need when you add in the seam allowance. I've got to make sure I have, yeah, see the pattern has to be this way though. Can't be upside down. Oh, here. The seam allowance is already accounted for, so I don't have to account for that now. I think this will be just enough, you guys. Intuitive sewing. Ooh, look at that. It just goes right up against that other piece. I think we got it. I think we got all the pieces. The only part I'm a little worried about is right here. I was going to try and move that over and I didn't do that. What if we give it a smaller bottom hem? Because if I just move it down slightly into the armhole, I can move it over right to there. What do you think, everybody? Did we get all the pieces on there? So it's all facing the right direction. And this is really tight here and tight here at the bottom, but it fits. So I'm going to cut these pieces out. I don't think I'll film the whole thing, and I'll come back when they're cut out. And that's what they look like. This one got a little bit, it was a little bit too close to the other piece, so there's a little slant there, but I don't think that's going to matter because these are the back. That's where it's going to Velcro at the back, so that will just cover up that mismatched thing. So there, that's the back of the dress, that's the front of the dress. I'm pretty excited. I have to start some sewing now. I don't have fray check, but I do have some white glue. I think I remember Tammy Powley mentioning that that could be used as fray check as well. And this fabric is a bit, it does fray. So I think I am gonna need something like that. I just wanted to show you quickly what I'm doing. They always said in school, especially math class, show your work. And plus, I know that Tammy's going to be watching this video because this is for a collab that I'm doing with her. And I've learned some of my little bits of sewing from her. So I want to find out if I'm doing this right. So I'll need her feedback. So this is what I've done. I'm just doing a very thin, I hope I'm doing this right, just a very thin little strip of glue along the edge of the fabric. And then I took a toothpick and I'm just kind of spreading it around to make sure it kind of hits all the edges. And just flatten it out, so I don't want big beads of glue because that would be very messy. I thought this was a great suggestion of using glue as fray check because I never would have thought, I've never used fray check. But this makes a lot of sense just to seal the edges of the fabric. So see how it's fraying a little bit there? The fray check or the glue dried really fast, which was good. And then I ironed the edges and I also clipped them to get them around the corners. We're gonna try and find a thread that will go. Oh, look at that. I happen to have gray right there. That's perfect. So we are gonna do a little bit of sewing. So I wanted to reacquaint myself with the different stitches, and I think you'll think this is cute. Does anyone have this from the Cinderella, the pink outfit for the Cinderella doll? And the little measuring tape, isn't that adorable? Little doll-sized. And so this, I remembered that this dressmaker's book has the stitches in it. And I thought maybe I could learn how to make this dress. Here we go. That's what I needed to know. So it shows you what they are, but it doesn't necessarily tell you how to do them. Okay, this is not helping me as much as I'd like. I might need to look at a YouTube video to remind myself, but probably just the running stitch would be the best way, I think. Just a very small little in and out should do the trick. So I think we'll just go with that. But isn't that a cute little book? Well, things are coming along. I have been sewing my little heart out. I'm enjoying the process of the hand sewing, and I've been listening to some YouTube videos in the background to kind of entertain myself because it's a slow process. So I have all the pieces sewn along the neckline and the armhole now. And so we've got the main front piece all along there and there. And this is what it looks like at the back. So now I'm going to go downstairs to my iron with my pins, and I'm going to try and pin this all together and do the final sewing to sew it all together for a dress. And I've got my model here, Miss 116, who still hasn't been fixed up yet. She still needs her hair washed. We did get some of the nail polish off, as you saw earlier, but I'm gonna just try this all on her and pin it on her and make sure it fits really nicely. So I will be back in a minute. So here we are, my little Valentina. I almost finished her dress. We started with my little pattern here that I traced from the little dress that we thrifted her in, and I created this little number for her, and I will give you a better view of her standing up. But I think it turned out okay for my first attempt. I haven't put any closures on yet. I just pinned it at the back. I may do snaps or I may do Velcro. I'm not sure yet. Right now it's just pinned, but I think it turned out pretty good for my first little American Girl doll dress. Let's see if we can get the camera at a better angle here. The lighting is bad. It's gotten dark. So, oh, there you can see her pretty eyes now. And her hair still needs to be washed and styled a little bit better. But there is the dress. What do you think, everybody? Making this dress took me all day long. It's now dinner time, and I started this morning, sort of mid-morning-ish. So it was like many, many hours of work, but I'm happy with how it turned out. I'm gonna start on the face painting now, and this is the part I'm the most nervous about. I did wash her hair last night. I'll show you better later, but it turned out beautiful, soft and shiny. So that's her hair. She needs her face painted. The main thing is her lips and her eyelids. So I'll show you what I've got. I'm following Evelyn Rose AG. She did a small tutorial on her channel. I don't think she's active anymore. I haven't seen a video from her in a long while, and that's unfortunate because I really did enjoy her videos. So Evelyn, if you're listening, I hope to see you again online. And so, but she had recommended using floating medium to mix the paint with to make it more sheer. And then I got some of these matte acrylic paints. I just kind of picked a variety of pinky. So I've got a coral, and this is berry, rose, tea rose, and which one is this? Blush pink. So kind of a variety of pinks to blend together and see what I want to do. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on her eyelids yet. And then I've got Mod Podge, which she was recommending to seal it. And she said she only usually seals the lips, not the cheeks and everything. So the lips have a stain on them left over from the nail polish that was on there. I just have to clean the corner of her mouth a little bit better. And inside her mouth it looks like too. And her eyelids are almost completely rubbed off. So she needs some work. I'm just going to fiddle away with her. I kind of like her eyebrows, but I might add something to the eyebrows just to customize her a little bit more. First, I'm going to use a little bit of acetone on a brush and see if I can just get that gunk out. Oh yeah, that's cleaning up really well. Sorry, I wasn't filming that part, but I just did one very light coat on her eyelids. I was just playing around with some colors here. I've got white, brown, coral, and this is a mixture of the white, brown, and coral in with the floating medium. but I wondered if on the eyelids, the floating medium might be too sheer. So I did just almost completely paint. This is the color I ended up with. I think it's a bit too light, so I am going to do another coat and maybe make it a bit darker. So far, that's the first coat. It's pretty light. I want to give her like nice full lips. That's a really light color, isn't it? I think I might need to darken that a little bit. We're going to have to go a little over the lip line because that's where the nail polish went a little bit over. So she's going to have poofy, pouty lips. We need a little Cupid's bow. That's going to be hard to do, but that's okay. People that have pouty lips don't have a strong Cupid's bow in a lot of cases, so I think it's still going to look very pretty. You kind of have to hold your breath when you're doing this. I'm not obviously taking her eyes right out, so I'm doing it this way. Okay, that's actually a good color. She's got this pink stain around the edges there. I just don't know how to camouflage that unless I give her a bunch of black eyelashes or brown. I could try that because I can always wipe them off. Maybe I'll fill in her eyebrows a bit more too. So the beauty of the acrylic paint is it just wipes right off. Now I can start over and try again. Just adding a little bit. Give them a bit more definition. Okay. How does that look? They're darker, that's for sure. The eyelashes, I think I'm going to redo the eyelashes. Whoa, watch your hair. I'm getting it in the paint. This is really fun. And look how easy it just comes off. That is so awesome. That's nice and subtle. Much better. Now, can we get the other side the same? Leave it at that for now. It's kind of cute. Actually, I'm kind of liking that. So we need some blush on her too, which I think Evelyn did just a little bit on her finger like this. And then kind of blend it. Give her a little bit of pink. Okay, it's time for the reveal. This is Valentina, and she's had her hair washed. I had it all individually finger curled, and then I just thought it looked too flat and perfect, so I hung her upside down and fluffed it up a bit. So that's what it's looking like. Her hair is absolutely gorgeous. It's really soft and really curly, and it's a little bit thin up here, but not too bad. And so let me turn her around and show you the front. So here she is, my little 116 Valentina. This is the dress I made her, and it's not special. It's just a little cotton A-line dress that I hand sewed myself. You saw the process if you stuck around for that part. And then I did a little face up on her. I touched up her eyebrows. I gave her some extra eyelashes on the top, mainly because she had some pink staining there. And I also painted her eyelids because the eyelids were all goofy. And I redid her lips. Her lips, this is my very first time doing a custom doll. So I think she turned out pretty good for a first attempt. It's just a subtle little face up. And that's my Valentina. I absolutely love her, and she's gonna stay in my collection. So yeah, the little dress is okay. I think I did a pretty good job on the actual sewing. I think just the pattern is not that exciting. And let's see, let's move her hair out of the way here so you can actually see what it looks like. It's just a little A-line dress. So with little hedgehogs on it. It's all hand sewn. I did a back stitch, which is nice and strong. I don't know why, even with swimming, I always like to do the back stroke. Why do I do everything backwards? But the back stitch was very easy for me to do, so that's what I chose to do. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this collab with Karen from Starch and Stitches, Tammy Powley from Piececraft Dolls, and TerryJeanette from Be Creative with TerryJeanette, and her other channel is Tapping Flamingo, which is more of a crafty beading kind of channel, jewelry making and such. So check that out too. This is Cheryl with Cherished Doll Friends signing off. Bye for now.